I didn't know he was still in the house. If I had heard the car pull back into the driveway, if I had noticed the faint creak of the front door, if I had just lowered my voice a little, maybe everything would be different. But I was tired, frustrated, and for the first time in months, someone had asked how I was really doing. So I told the truth. I feel like I married a stranger, I said into the phone, packing slowly across the living room. He's there, but he's not there, you know. My friend on the other end sighed. Have you talked to him about it? I've tried, I said. He just shuts down. It's like living with a ghost. The words spilled out faster, sharper, uglier than I intended. Honestly, sometimes I wonder if I made a mistake marrying him at all. Silence followed. Not from my friend. From behind me. A presence, a shift in the air, that instinctive feeling that someone is there even before you turn around. I froze. Slowly, I looked over my shoulder. Daniel was standing in the hallway. He wasn't angry, he wasn't shouting, he wasn't even moving. He just looked hollow. How long have you been home? I asked, my voice barely a whisper. Long enough, he said quietly. My heart dropped straight into my stomach. Daniel, I didn't means. He shook his head gently, not to argue, just to stop me. You don't have to explain, he said. You were being honest. Those words felt heavier than any accusation. I was venting, I insisted. I was upset. I didn't mean I regret marrying you. But you said it, he replied softly. Tears filled my eyes instantly. I didn't know you were here. I know, he said. That's what makes it true. We had been married 9 years. 9 years of quiet routines, shared responsibilities, and the kind of stability people call comfortable. Somewhere along the way, though, comfortable had turned into distant. Conversations became logistics. Affection became rare. We weren't fighting, we just weren't connecting anymore. But I had never imagined the distance would end us in a single moment. I don't want to lose you, I said desperately. He gave a small, sad smile. You already did, you just didn't realize it. That's not true. Isn't it? He asked gently. I had no answer, because part of me knew he was right. He didn't pack that night. He didn't slam doors or throw accusations or demand apologies. Instead, he sat quietly at the kitchen table, staring at nothing while I hovered nearby, unsure how to fix something that had broken so cleanly. Around midnight, he stood up. Where are you going? I asked. For a walk. At this hour. I need to think. I reached for his arm. Please don't leave like this. He paused, looking down at my hand like it belonged to someone else. I'm not leaving, he said. I just need air. Those were the last words he spoke to me inside that house. He never came back. At first, I assumed he was staying with his brother. Then I thought maybe he needed a few days to cool off. But his phone went straight to voicemail. His brother said he hadn't seen him. His coworkers said he had taken personal leave. It was like he had stepped off the map. Days turned into weeks. I slept on the couch because the bed felt too big, too quiet, too accusing. Every creak of the house at night made me think he had finally returned, only to be met with silence again. A month later, a small envelope arrived with no return address. Inside was a single sheet of paper. I didn't live because I hate you. I left because I realized you deserve someone you don't feel trapped with, and I deserve someone who's sure about me. My vision blurred as tears filled my eyes. At the bottom was one more line. Take care of yourself. No signature. None was needed. I learned later that he had transferred to a different branch of his company across the country. He sold his car, closed his accounts, and essentially erased every trace of his old life. Not dramatically, not angrily. Quietly. That hurt more than anything else. Because anger means someone still cares enough to fight. Silence means they've already let go. Sometimes I replay that moment in the living room over and over, wondering what would have happened if I had chosen different words. If I had said, I miss him instead of I feel trapped. If I had said, I want us back instead of I made a mistake. But time doesn't offer revisions. The truth, once spoken, doesn't go back into hiding. People think the worst thing that can happen in a marriage is betrayal or conflict. It is. The worst thing is indifference, the slow erosion of love until one person realizes they're no longer wanted. Daniel didn't leave because of one sentence. He left because that sentence confirmed a fear he had probably been carrying for a long time. I still catch myself listening for his key in the door some nights. Still turning my head when I hear footsteps in the hallway. Still imagining what I would say if he ever came back. But deep down, I know he won't. Because he didn't leave in anger. He left in acceptance. And when someone reaches that point, they don't come home again.